Okay, fine, I'll tell you, but no one else. And don't you go spreading it. And for the love of the gods, put your phone away. You never know what stuff they got installed on it listening in. Oh, you may laugh, but I was talking to the wife about getting an air fryer the other day. And now guess what? Keep getting advertisements for on Facebook. Yeah. Well, you call it data mining. I call it the Olympians being nosy bastards. Anyway, back on topic. No, I didn't kill the ruddy kid. Harry's balls, man. He's just a baby. I about lose my lunch when we catch a fox in a trap. I'm not about to start stomping toddlers into the sheep dip. I know Priam's my king. He says do something, and folk like us have got to do it. I'm half up the mountain with this sweet little kid. My little backpack, I call him. No one had thought to name him. Or Para, as we say in the old tongue. Para's dad, the greatest leader we've ever known, had told me, in no uncertain terms, to kill the tiny little bugger and bring back the proof of the killing. All this is a bit above my pay grade. All this fate of men stuff. Blood-dripping prophecies and gods and plagues and monsters and the end of the world. I just feed the hungry ones and shear the woolly ones and roll the fat ones. Give the friendly ones a pat and the randy ones a slap and do the same for the sheep. And I get on with it. Hadn't got time for apocalypses. None of this is little backpack's fault. He's good as gold. So I left him. Up on the mountain. Didn't sit right with me, of course, but Priam's not leaving me with a lot of options. So if this little boy is going to be the end of us, the city of Troy, everything we know, then I say just leave him up there for Zeus or whoever to deal with. I'm walking off and I see a bear coming, and I think, there we go. Swift exit, stage left. Job done. One dead Deathbringer. Even if that Deathbringer happens to be in diapers. I pass some sleepless nights. One of the sheepdogs gives birth to a litter of runts. They all come out tangled and take her with them. And I hear the voice of my mother in the dusk. And I keep looking over my shoulder up the mountain, and drifting to my little Para, little backpack. And that should be the end of things. Only when I go back a few days later to find a scrap of the little fella to bring back to Priam for his proof, the bear's alive, little rascal. So it turns out the bear's a mama bear, and she lost her cubs this winter, and she's been feeding them. Trust bloody backpack to make friends with the grizzlies. It's those eyes of his, man. I take the boy home. I wrap him up in my best blanket. And if that means he grows up to be a shepherd instead of a prince, well, that's how it goes. Backpack can learn a trade. I take one of those dead pups, cut out its tongue. I take that little red, flappy bit of meat back to Priam as proof that I did what he wanted. And the king takes the dog's tongue and he sobs in a way that you can tell he's keeping in most of it, most of the truly terrible noise for when no one can hear it. And he says he's going to hold some games every year from now on in honor of his son who died in childbirth, because that's what he's, told the press by now. And that's it. He nods at me and says we can talk about getting me a beef contract in the market. How he's gonna send up some of his people to help me with getting my website up. So, things are looking up. The fields have never been greener or woollier. It's a good life. I think Paris will like it. I think he's going to make a great little shepherd when he grows up. Paris. Yeah. That's what we end up calling him. Can't go on calling him Para. There isn't anyone on the God's green earth gonna buy sheep's wool off a guy called Backpack.